Right now, NBC 26 live at 10. Community members putting boots to the ground, helping out veterans. Plus, President Trump in Vietnam as he continues his trip to Asia. And a big day for the green and gold as they get ready to take on a familiar foe. But happening now, we're getting multiple reports of accidents due to slick and slippery road conditions throughout parts of northeast Wisconsin. And with that, we turn to meteorologist Matt Hoffman with a detailed look at your forecast. Matt.
Hey Mo, yeah, because of the wintry mix that we saw, the snow as well today and then on to this evening, that has made roads slick and even icy in spots. Temperatures are below freezing, so any wintry mix is freezing on contact, and that's making for those a little bit treacherous conditions out there tonight. Here's a look at Storm Shield radar. A lot of the activity has now pushed down to the south, but still over the next couple of hours, can't rule out at least a little bit of freezing drizzle in some spots before we do finally dry out overnight tonight. Temperatures around the region either right around or most areas below freezing, so things will still be pretty slick, especially on those untreated surfaces. Tomorrow, though, it's going to be a milder day, highs topping out above freezing, so that will be nice. Also a drier day. We'll talk more about your Sunday forecast and what to expect for the work week coming up.
All right, thank you so much, Matt. And new tonight, one person is dead after a two-vehicle crash in Waupaca County. The Sheriff's Department said it happened after 2 this morning in the township of Dayton. They say the driver of a pickup truck crashed into a semi-tractor heading north on Highway 22 just south of Rural Road. Authorities say the driver of the pickup truck is dead. That accident is still under investigation. One person was killed last night in a wreck in Sheboygan. The car plowed into the cement side outside Acuity Insurance after hitting a sign. Police say a 58-year-old Sheboygan Falls woman was pronounced dead after the scene. They're still investigating that crash. No one else was hurt. And NBC 26 is your official Packers station. The Green Bay Packers will face the Chicago Bears tomorrow in a divisional game. With a look ahead to that contest, let's bring in sports director Charlie Sakaitis. Charlie.
That's right, guys. We got a big game coming up, and we've got all the help we need as we break down what's going to go on with the offensive side of the ball. Chris Barrier was in Chicago today and filed this report.
How long ago does Week 4's win over the Bears at Lambeau Field feel like? Back then, it was Aaron Rodgers against Mike Glennon, and tomorrow, it's going to be Mitch Trubisky against Brett Hundley. Two guys who are still trying to find a rhythm with their respective offenses, but two guys who are oddly similar on paper. They both average roughly the same amount of passing yards per game, and neither guy has a spectacular completion percentage, but the biggest difference is the one that matters most. Trubisky's helped the Bears win 2 games. The Packers have yet to win 1 with Hundley.
The expectations are high here, I'm going to tell you that now, but I promise you, does nobody expect more out of myself than me. When, you drive a field and you score a touchdown, and that feels good. It's a big confidence booster, and that's one thing that we're looking for.
I feel very confident, and I'm very excited to really just start to open things up, and we're trying to be 1-0 each week. But I know this is a big rivalry for the fans in the city of Chicago, so we're just going to go out and give it everything we got, and hopefully we come out on the good side of it.
Nothing you probably don't already know, but it is cold out here, and Soldier Field isn't exactly known for having the best field conditions in the NFL. So the passing game might not be the X factor tomorrow, it might be the running game. If that's the case, look for rookie Aaron Jones to carry the heavy workload. And don't forget, the last time the Packers were here, Ty Montgomery ran for a career-high 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just some deep dish pizza food for thought. Keeping you connected in Chicago, Chris Barrier, NBC 26.
Now, of course, the defensive side of the ball is going to mean an awful lot tomorrow as well. We're going to get into that with the Packers hard hitters, what they're saying later on in sports. For now, keeping you connected, I'm Charlie Sakaitis for NBC 26.
All right, thank you so much, Charlie. And back to local news now. Every day, 20 men and women who have served their country take their own life. That's according to the Department of Veterans Affairs. Now, one group that was working to get that word out and hopefully bring that number down, NBC 26's Max Grossfeld reports.
John LaFleche is a U.S. Army veteran. He knows what it's like to come home to a different world than the one he was serving in.
We have the really hua type mentality to get stuff done, but there's a lot of things inside that you really can't see.
He also knows what it's like to lose a loved one in uniform. His brother died while serving in 2002.
I want to be honorable for my brother, for my military service, for my fellow battle buddies, for those that I know that have passed on already.
LaFleche and more than 800 others are participating in the 20-mile Veteran Suicide Rucksack March put together by 4th Hua.
It's raising that awareness to, how we can better support ourselves, our veterans, our fellow battle buddies.
But to see the community rally and so many more people getting involved, it's pretty amazing.
But this is no walk in the park.
Through the cold and the snow, walkers began their trek at Stadium View in Ashwaubenon, through downtown Green Bay, before heading back north along the Fox River, ending up in De Pere for 10 miles, turning around and doing it all over again.
A little bit slippery, but we're making do.
It's a beautiful scenery. I mean, can't do any better than walking next to the river and with friends and family.
This walk is shorter than in past years, and that's because it and other events like it may be working. The VA says the suicide rate among veterans has dropped from 22 a day down to 20. That number's still miles from where organizations like Fourth Hua want it to be, but they're marching to get there. Keeping you connected in Green Bay, Max Grossfeld, NBC 26.
All right, thank you, Max. And Hua leaders say they've raised more than $80,000 today. That money will help go to families of being deployed servicemen as well as veterans coming home. Now to covering America, President Trump continues his tour of Asia. The commander-in-chief touched down to the Vietnam capital of Hanoi this weekend. He's attended a state dinner before meeting leaders. So far, Trump has been in trade talks with leaders and is urging them to pressure North Korea to get rid of its nuclear program. President Trump also denied Putin that he meddled in the U.S. election last year. According to Trump, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that he absolutely did not interfere in last year's presidential race, but the U.S. intelligence community said Putin himself admitted that he did. The CIA says that they do stand by their assessment. U.S. Senate candidate Roy Moore of Alabama says sexual misconduct allegations against him are simply not true. Moore spoke for the first time since allegations were made public. A report said Moore had a sexual encounter with a 14-year-old girl in 1979 and had pursued other teenage girls as well. Moore called that report fake news. Covering Wisconsin now, Governor Walker signing a slew of hunting bills today, one of which eliminates the requirement that a person be at least 10 years old under the mentorship program. The bill also gets rid of the current limit of one gun that a mentor and mentee may share. Another Democrat throwing their hat into the governor's race, Mahlon Mitchell, the president of the state's Professional Firefighters Association, expected to make that announcement on Monday, but a dozen Democrats are either running or thinking about running against Governor Walker next year. Well, still ahead on NBC 26 Live at 10, it's a special day for a 96-year-old World War II veteran. So special, even Senator Johnson stopped by to see him. But what's the weather going to look like for the rest of the weekend? Your forecast coming up next.
And now, your Storm Shield forecast with NBC 26 meteorologist Matt Hoffman.
That wintry mix coming to an end across the area here overnight, and then we will see conditions improve as we head into tomorrow, but roads have been awfully treacherous out there in spots. Very icy and very slick thanks to this wintry mix, and temperatures at or below freezing across the area. So a lot of this activity is moving on out, and then we are going to dry out for your Sunday, but clouds will remain for northeast Wisconsin as we head on into your Sunday. Right now it's 31 degrees in Green Bay. Winds are calm. Temperatures around the region, most areas are either at or below freezing. 32 in Appleton, it's 32 in Manitowoc, 30 in Sturgeon Bay, and 31 in Shawano. And that's why we are dealing with those slick conditions out there. Wind speeds are fairly light, and they're going to remain that way through the overnight hours. Now, looking at satellite and radar, we do have a lot of cloud cover as well, and this cloud cover is going to linger as we head on into tomorrow. We do have a frontal system that is passing on by, and a little technical difficulty there on that. And here's a look at temperatures. The good news is it's been chilly the last few days here in northeast Wisconsin, but we got some warmer air to the south and west. This is what's moving on in as we get into tomorrow and especially the work week. So that wintry mix ending tonight, but still you're going to run into some slick spots overnight. We warm up into the work week. By Wednesday, we're talking highs in the upper 40s, and then rain showers back in the forecast Tuesday into Wednesday, but that looks to be mainly rain and not going to deal with any kind of wintry mix or snow like what we have been seeing lately. Here's a look at Skycast as we head into tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies, fairly quiet overall for your Sunday, milder as well. As we head into Monday, a little bit more in the way of sun. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds. Clouds start to fill on in later on in the day, out ahead of a new storm system that we're watching for Tuesday into Wednesday to bring us those rain chances. So slippery overnight tonight, mostly cloudy for tomorrow. Warmer with highs into the upper 30s to near 40 degrees. If you are heading south for the game in Chicago, Packers versus Bears, it does look rather rainy at Soldier Field, and also we'll be seeing temperatures on the cooler side in the upper 30s. Tonight down to 28. That wintry mix coming to an end, but still some slippery roads. Then for tomorrow up to 38 degrees, mostly cloudy and milder. Dry weather as well. We stay dry for Monday, rain showers Tuesday into Wednesday, and then another storm system works on in to end the week. That one we could see a mix of rain and snow before colder air moves on in for next weekend.
Yeah, a little look for tomorrow, Monday, a little drier. Still going to be really cold, though.
Well, it's still a little bit chilly, a little bit below average, but at least it will be dry.
Better than today?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Matt. Let's sail ahead on NBC 26 live at 10. It's a special day for a 96-year-old World War II veteran. So special, Senator Johnson even stopped by. Also, another way to celebrate Veterans Day. See what's going on in Vegas coming up right after the break. Welcome back. Well, it was a great day for one particular veteran in Northeast Wisconsin as he was presented service medals by Senator Ron Johnson. 96-year-old Leonard Erickson served in World War II. With the help of a veterans group, he applied for those medals, and today Senator Johnson presented them to him at Valley VNA Senior Care in Neenah. Erickson was given a total of 5 medals for his service. And as we celebrate and honor the brave men and women in uniform, one state is taking it to another level. Las Vegas kicked off Veterans Day weekend with a special offer. Chapels and wedding professionals donated their services to selected military couples. The city dubbed it as Las Vegas Marries the Military. 11 couples accepted services valued at nearly $40,000. Now coming up in sports, the Badgers looking to make it 10 in a row and earn a little respect doing it. We have highlights coming up right after the break.